choose, but also to verify our moves. Let's go. d4, let's go d5. Okay, the London system. This is considered quite solid. I like c5, taking advantage of this bishop move. What else is there? Knight f6 is probably reasonable, bishop f5, but let's try c5. Okay, can we play this, immediately hit this? So I think the best defense, this would be not a good move, I would say. I think the best defense will be this one. And if we take knight here with the threat, knight here, not sure I want to get into this kind of trickery. I mean, we can test him. We can start with that and see if he plays knight c3. Okay, he misses knight c3. That, I think, is considerably weaker. It doesn't lose, but it creates weaknesses on the dark squares, which are nice. Somehow I need this bishop to go here. If takes, queen takes, that good for me? I'm not so sure. I think... So this... But it blocks my bishop, so perhaps I start with this. So it's either this or this. So what's the difference? This defends this pawn. So if he takes... yeah, but I'm going to take with the queen, so I think I don't need that. Okay, when in doubt, play the knight move. You know, develop knights before bishops. Just follow general principles. I don't know if it's more precise in this case, but it can't be really bad. So we actually now we have another option. Now bishop g4. You see, it's good to be flexible with the development of the bishop. So the bishop, I want the bishop in front of the pawn chain because I want a pawn here after that. So bishop here, no. What else is there? Well, first, before developing move, let's just check. Any checks? Nothing there. Queen a5 check doesn't give anything. Bishop g4 develops with the pin. e6, knight c6. Does that threaten anything? Yeah, knight c6 is fine. Actually, bishop here. Yeah, okay, it pins the knight. This. Do I take? Do I want to get into this kind of territory? And then this. He gets the bishop pair. But I'm happy with that, perhaps, because I opened the H file. Okay, I spent too much time. Let's just develop a knight. Simple. We can't be really wrong. Okay. Okay, if I take here. If I take here, he can take with the pawn or the knight. If he takes with the knight, I mean, I can eventually put the pawn here no matter what he does, but what does that really do? Takes, knight takes, takes. Knight takes. No, I don't really gain anything. Let's just develop. He's not threatening anything, just develop. He's probably going to play h3, or not. Okay. So the fact he didn't play h3, does that mean I can exploit it? Can I add pressure to this pin? I would need a knight here or here, which is hard to organize. I mean, like here, let's see. This, obviously, there's no knight takes. This, and then takes? Using the pin, but we gotta be careful. This doesn't work. Does this work? I can't. Takes. Let's say he takes. Okay. Then I take, and if he takes, I take the queen. Okay, I think it works. I think it works clean, and I win a central pawn, which is important. So knight takes, but I can start with bishop takes f3. So what's the difference? Eliminate this, then knight takes, but my knight's vulnerable. Then things like this start to appear. I don't like that at all. In fact, if this, but the difference is that here I take with check. Aha. Okay, and there's no bishop check problem. Okay, this I think should be the most precise. I'm not worried about bishop e3. Okay, so now I think we want to... Okay, we need to be careful. We want a pawn, that's great, but we have a problem in development. We need to eliminate pieces. I think that's the simplest way to reduce the pressure. We need 1, 2, 3 moves for castling short, 1 move for castling long, but I think the long castle is risky. Takes. Yeah, I think this knight's going to be misplaced one way or another. Although I can do this, and if this I take, I can start with this. It doesn't threaten anything. Okay, let's start with this. I can take on f3 later. Okay, now I'm 2 moves away from castling. Okay, so this c3 pawn looks a bit weak. Does he threaten anything? I mean, besides the knight, of course. Not really. So if I take the knight, he can take the pawn to gain a tempo, but it doesn't work because I have bishop h3. So I think he takes with a knight. And then I develop my bishop, and I'm happy. Eventually I want to rook on c8 to hit this, but he's going to push. It's not that easy. I'm not winning a pawn there. I think we shouldn't get ahead of our horses here. First we have to develop. I thought this was a weakness, but I will not have time to... The problem is, yes, it's weak, but first I need to fix it, and I can't fix it. There's no way I can prevent this. And this will cause problems. It will open the center. So I think first priority has to be either this or this. But let's see. If this, is this a problem? Can I castle? And if he takes, I take here. Okay. That's option 1. Option 2, if he exchanges, like, say... Takes, he deflects my queen, and there are some tricks here. Not sure I like that. It's probably okay, but I think it's just too much trouble. Bishop e7. I just want to castle on the next move, and he's going to try as hard as possible to open the center before I have time to consolidate. Okay, so I can keep the pin, bishop takes, queen takes, and castle is fine, but it gives the bishop pair. Why would I do that? Okay, he doesn't have any threats. Yeah, okay. If g4, bishop g6, I think is good for me. Does knight take or bishop take give me anything? Knight takes. Let's quickly look at that one. I don't know, checks. I think that's the only like tricky line potentially to look at. So yes, I have a pin, but thing is, he's gonna do that, and that's the end of my pin. Yeah, I just don't have enough. The sacrificed piece. But let's see. He can push again, and that's okay. I can go back here at the very least, or here. Yeah, I think I do that. And I think if he takes, which I don't think he should, I take with the h pawn. Yeah, that makes sense. If I take here, then I'm hitting this. But the thing is, he still defends. I mean, regardless, I have to take with this pawn, regardless. Even if I'm just going to castle and forget about attacking on the h-file, I have to take with this pawn, because the other pawn is just a disaster. It leaves me with these hanging pawns, which is just going to be horrible. So he doesn't even defend this. What is the trick? Any tricks, like some knight sack here? Knight takes, queen takes. I mean, if he prepared the battery against this, then yes, but not really, not yet. I think I just take. Plus I hit this. Maybe I connect later like this. Yeah, I think no tricks, no tricks. Okay, makes sense. Makes sense. But okay, so it's interesting. He's giving me 2 pawns, but in exchange, my king's gonna be in the center. So I have to be a little bit careful here. Yeah, I think I have to take this. I don't see the point in going back here. I think I have to take this, and eventually my rooks will coordinate like this, and my king will just slide this way perhaps, if needed. And we'll just forget about castling, we'll do this weird maneuver instead. But let's make sure when the rook is here, there are no tricks, no double attacks, no checks, no nothing. Okay, I think we're good to go. I want rook c8. That's my next move if he doesn't prevent it. So what can he do? Already he's causing problems. He wants rook h8. A nasty move. But actually, rook h8 doesn't really threaten anything, because, you know, even if he does this, I still have that. Not really a threat. Can he add pressure to the pin? Not yet. Besides, yeah, okay. Yeah, and once my bishop's here, I have this square for the king, and the only weakness is this undefended, but I'm going to solve that by doing this. Yes, he has rook h8, but bishop f7, and then king will go here, and I think I'm pretty solid there. Although it looks a little bit weird. Yeah, I don't know if it was the most precise way of doing this. Perhaps not. Yeah, because the thing is, now my bishop's going to be horribly blocked. Yeah, that was a little clumsy, let's be honest. Okay, this makes sense. I'm also trapping. Not really trapping the rook, but at least... Well, I'm trapping the rook, but I can never attack it, so... weaknesses to protect, this one mainly. What's my follow-up? This is ugly. How do I get rid of... Yeah, it's surprisingly hard to... Okay, I think I have to start with this, and I hit the bishop. Let's just play moves one at a time. Let's not try to read too far into the future. I'm hitting this bishop, he has to move it, okay? So that's number one. Number two, I can move my queen here now and create a triple stack on the c-file, hitting this. And he can't go back here, okay? So I think this is also a safe move. This is a nice improving move. But eventually the question will be asked, how do I get rid of this annoying rook and knight? This is tough. So I can give it check, but what does that really do? Okay, first I have to... Yeah, I think I start with this. a7 I'm not worried about. I think b6 traps the bishop. Okay, this is getting really, really tricky. Okay, this one's really maximizing piece activity and getting a lot for the sacrificed pawns. This is so hard, because I can never cut the connection with this or it's mate. Extremely annoying. How to get rid of these bloody pieces? I cannot play this. Like, how do I untangle from this mess? So I think this, and then what? Let's say takes. This is weird, but okay, at least I kick this stupid knight. But he doesn't have to take en passant, so I have to do this first to make sure that he does take en passant. But then what? But then this? It's unbelievable. This is unbelievable. Okay, this, annoying. Well, sometimes when you don't know what to do, just do nothing. He's not threatening anything, everything is solid for now. So let's just wait. Yeah, that doesn't work. It almost works, but it doesn't. So I don't know why he did that. A typical human mistake. Which I guess is the point of the Maya bots, to replicate human mistakes. Okay, still annoying. I still have this problem on the G7 square. But I think we're good, because I think this finally shuts down all his counterplay. Because I'm hitting this through the bishop, and I'm forcing a bishop exchange. He can't take here, it's sufficiently defended. I think this finally stops his trickery. I hope so. So if he takes on G7, that's no good. So he does this, which is fine. I think I want to double rooks on the second rank. So my next moves are probably moving the C2 rook to be able to put the other rook on C2. Okay, of course he's trying to delay it, but he can't stop it. He can't stop it. Again, rook b2. What can he do to stop it? Nothing. Should it be b2 or who cares? I think we just want to double rooks here, and eventually we'll force him to go passive with the A rook, and then it should be an easy win. Not threatening anything. Rook f1 is now forced, and actually this knight can come back here and deliver the killing blow. I think that should do it. Plus this is a tempo move because it's check. This, does it win? Any tricks? No, there's an annoying alignment after that. Because at the end, my king's misplaced. Maybe I should go for the mating net. Can I do this and try to mate him somehow? Like this? Interesting. If I do this, it's not quite a mating net, but it starts to look like one. What can he do that will be annoying? My weakness will be here. Rook here, there's got to be something. The very least there's this. I can't believe he survives that. Yeah. Let's start this way. Because opening the f-file actually can backfire quite quickly. With a knight pinned on f2, so I think I need to be a little bit careful with that. Okay, so now I can finally take on f2 and it's clean. Yeah. He's going to move the king somewhere. Not that many squares. I think the checkmate will be quick. How do we mate him? Let's see. All these squares. Okay, which squares can he flee to? This and this. He only has 2 squares. So we have to remove these squares and check the king. We can remove one of them by playing this way. Then where's the checkmate? First we need to check. Second we need to... Yeah, we'll have perhaps this after. This, and then there's still no checkmate. On the other hand, this also threatens a pawn. But still no checkmate. Where is my checkmate? Okay, I think we can just do this. Let's just do it simpler. We'll allow the king to escape, but we'll just simplify material. If you can't find the checkmate, just try to eliminate pieces, pawns, everything. The point is that the rook g2 is solid, defended here. Now we can win a pawn. Oh, actually it's checkmate, I just didn't realize. That's embarrassing. I checkmated him accidentally. Okay. So let's see what Stockfish says about this. I think there was quite some hesitation and struggle in this game. It wasn't so easy. Especially allowing this rook on h8, I think that was a big mistake. I really messed this up. Wow. Lots of mistakes. 1 mistake, 3 blunders, 1 inaccuracy. That's pretty bad. Yeah, I should never have allowed this rook to get in. Apparently allowing the rook in itself was okay. Black's still better. Knight, okay. Knight h5. Knight h5 equalizes, scores minus 0.1 and previously minus 1.9. So there was something more direct, more to the point. What can I do? Yeah, okay. This threatens this. I think it's more direct. And he has to defend, and it's already getting quite passive. Like this is passive, and then I go here. Even if I don't win anything, this must be better than what I did. No, it's not. He has some tricks. Oh no, he has this. Oh wow, that's disgusting. And then knight d7, fork. Okay, so what was the correct solution? Trying to exchange the knight. Okay. Either exchange or move the knight. And once I get rid of this pesky knight, then things start to change. Okay, I think that was an important idea. Here I played queen c7, which is giving white a slight edge already. There was something more precise to be done. Is rook takes an idea or what? Actually, rook takes, you know what? I like it. Oh no, again there is that tactic. So annoying. So the move was this. Why? What does it threaten? Well, it threatens rook take and queen e4. Okay. Just invading with the queen. Forcing queen f3. And start creating threats against the king. Okay. Nice. So rook c2, so logical and yet wrong. Why? Rook c2 gives white almost an advantage, plus 0.9, minus 3.1. So I had something clearly winning there. So where is the win? Where is the win? Check with the knight, and then what? What's the follow-up? This is the problem. Check with the knight. Okay. If I check with the knight, I'm cutting the third rank. I missed that. So there aren't that many squares he can go to. Let's see. And okay, let's say that's the best move. That's what Stockfish says. Then kick the knight and open and create some trickery along this diagonal. This is tricky. And you have to reckon with this, this. Okay. But I am a piece up here, and king f7 is coming. Okay. And now b6 was played. Yeah, I think it wasn't necessary. So at the very least, it's a waste of tempo, because the bishop a7 is refuted by b6, trapping the bishop. So at the very least, it was a waste of time. There was something more to the point, something more direct. So what can we do that is more direct? I'm not seeing it. Let's ask the computer. These moves are hard to find. Okay, so what do? I just attack a pawn, and so what? Like where? How does this win? Queen e7? Apparently it doesn't, and it's just equal. But instead, when I did this, okay, now he has a win with knight takes g6. Yes. Okay, there was a threat. There was the threat of, here black has a threat, and then here. So this had to be played to avoid losing. So I think that's the main reason. It's not so much that it's winning, it's that it avoids losing. It's the only move that makes sense here. Okay, so there we go.